Go, bro.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Hey yo people, what's up? It's your boy Sickma in the house.
Am I original? Yeah. Am I the only one? Yeah. Am I sexual? Yeah. Am I everything you need? You better rock your body now. Everybody.
Hey yo people, it's your boy Sickma in the house. We're here with my dear friend Vedanth and the man himself, Vedanth. A lot has happened since the last 24 hours. A lot has happened
24
since
hours?
our last 8 months of posting video. I was getting to it. Like, it's like video hasn't even started and people are coming at me already. Like, where were you?
Because, factual inaccuracies, then... Okay, someone can roll the clip of him saying, we're going to keep this going consistently.
Yeah.
And well, I have no excuses really as to why I haven't been putting out a video.
Please run it.
And the irony was, it was the last episode we recorded 8 months back.
Yes.
And
Very
that was the
sad.
last episode at least. And we thought it's over. We're done with that's all our content is going to be.
I mean, why am I looking like the victim over here? These people built the last video shoots.
You're not the victims. We are the victims. You're the villain.
Why are you putting so much pride in it? What is there to be proud of? But nevertheless, we did have very genuine reasons, and moreover, as much as we can sit and give you excuses as to where content actually was, it has also kind of changed us as people over the last 8 months. We've seen a lot, we've been through a lot, and it's only made us stronger than ever before. And I think that is probably a sign of hope that gives our viewers here coming tomorrow that we are going to be consistent.
And I think what we've been through is I wouldn't say it's a very bad experience compared to a lot of people. We've been through what I think I have personally been through 2 jobs, got scammed in one, then eventually moved on to the next one, and I'm still working. But I think content is something that we really cannot separate ourselves with. So I feel even if it's a side hustle for now, I should do it with some sort of seriousness. I say that's what my reason is. But yeah, that's what it's been.
For those of you who think we lost interest, honestly, we've been very busy. Like, apart from the fact that we haven't been shooting podcasts lately, Ved has been having his own law stuff that he's been dealing with.
Yeah.
He's been killing it in the scene. He's like 1, 2, 3 competitions which he's got to the finals of, and he's actually like been doing pretty well at it. Whether it's been getting like jobs like here and there, he's been going for shoots up like back and forth. He recently, you just met an accident while coming here.
Yeah, I just met an accident, but I'm still here. Dedication.
Yes,
Like, that's a thing. And well, me, as for me, I've seen a lot. Like, if you guys remember, throw back to the first video that we had, college did kind of still give me quite a beating over the last 2 years.
No, here's my question, Vedanth. Why don't you tell us about? It's up to you if you want to name the company or not. But why don't you tell us about the journey when you started a pretty good job, like really good job? And
I'll agree. That was like an amazing job. I was like something a lot of people want to get, and you're here after leaving that kind of job. It feels
and
like
it's his own choice, by the way.
It's his own choice, yeah.
Disclaimer, yeah. It's his own choice. He's not been fired or any of this shit. Even though
if he was fired, we'd be ragging on him right now.
Yeah, but he did it with his own consent and his own choice. Yeah. So why don't you tell us about that first? It's up to you if you want to name the organization or.
I'll bleep it out. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean it's really.
I mean it's no secret. Like people, those of you, most of my subscribers are again people who follow me on Instagram right now. And as much as you've seen, I had been working for Hindustan Times. We're just going to put the organization right out there. It was a pretty well-secured job for a first time as a journalist. It was well paid. Not going to sit and take numbers over here right now.
Yeah.
But it was pretty good. It was a pretty good first job for anyone going towards the same field. And well, I finished my 6 months of internship. So if you guys think, oh, this guy just like backs up from everything he does, that's not the case. I finished my internship here, unlike my podcast.
But tell me this. Why did you, after such a well-paying job, and it was work from home if I'm not wrong, so you had the comfort of staying inside pretty much most of the time, yet you decided to quit? Why is that? I'm sure nobody forced you because you wouldn't listen.
And like I remember you being like pretty happy with the job itself.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, I'm getting to do what I want. You're reporting on stuff you wanted. If it feels like you've done something good, like something you're interested in, and you decide to leave it has to be like a pretty big reason, pretty important.
And the reason I ask that is a lot of viewers, especially nowadays, when they see content on multiple platforms, they think that people quit jobs just out of the fun, the kick that just for fun I quit my job. I don't like 9 to 5 just for the sake of it.
Yeah, it's more like a edgy thing rather than finding your passion.
It's become trendy right now. But you had like genuine reasons for it? And if yes, what was it? Like, why did you do it?
I really did. Like, if you guys remember a couple of our videos that have come out, college didn't really quite work well for me. Like that's a given right now at this point. But pulling through, I still managed to hit off a well-paying job.
That's an understatement.
But I mean, going through, we did kind of we did do well for ourselves with our jobs and where we are right now. But the thing was,
I don't have a job yet.
Don't he will either ways. I mean, I trust you that way. I know you got this.
Thank you.
Man just came from a jail visit. For those of you who think, okay, he's been to jail. No, it's a law thing. Apparently, people do that. So comment down below if law students do that, or else am I just with a shady friend of mine who's not telling me stuff.
So what happens is whenever law students, they either get one of 4 things done to them in law school. Out of those 4 things, 3 things are things that most university students do as well. Alcohol, cigarettes, and narcotics, normal stuff. And then you have the 4th thing, which only law students do, which is jail visits and visits to illegal, houses. So we have visits to Vedanth. So legislative assembly and legislative council. We've had a visit last year. This year we had to go to open air jail. Essentially, it's supposed to be like a rehabilitation.
Open air in India?
Yeah.
Shit.
So what it does is, it's just 113 acres of land that's for farming, animal rearing, and there are only 42 inmates.
And they're legit prisoners. They are
prisoners.
Committed a crime.
Yeah, and all hardcore criminals, by the way. And these are the people, okay, I went in there, and this is legit. I did not tell this to you before the podcast because I wanted to see your genuine reaction to this. I go in there, all the students are going in, I am talking to the second in command. So he comes up to me and the rest of the people in the room. He points out at one dude near the kitchen and goes, "This guy committed a crime long ago, now he's here. He used to make chapatis back in a home, and his chapatis are so soft, you can see your face through it."
My man is fantasizing with it.
my genuine reaction at that is, see, I know he committed a very terrible, horrible atrocity, but you do not reduce a man to his chapati making skills in prison.
Yeah.
He's already suffering enough. And this man's face, if you would see his face, it is essentially a face of terror, disappointment, and shock.
He's a prisoner. What do you expect him?
Terror and shock, yes. Disappointment is due for a prisoner.
You know what you and him have in common? You have the same 3 expressions that character: terror, disappointment, and all of it above.
Disappointment with you.
We never failed.
Anyways, back to your.
No, but coming down again. Thank you, Ved. That kind of gave an insight of probably we're in a good start, going towards no direction of being in jail so far.
Yes.
So far. But getting back to the story, it was more like I got a well-secured job.
Yeah.
But I kind of had this promise that I'd made to myself that once college is done, I would kind of invest 1 year into doing what I'm truly passionate about, which brings us 3 years together right now. And it sort of felt that I was limiting myself from doing that. Okay. And you and Vedanth were always there when I wanted to call you guys for a podcast. Even during my first 2 months working there, I called Vedanth and Ved over here. They were yeah, we're down to come. And at the same time, I couldn't do justice for the same because I was on shifts constantly. It's not that I didn't enjoy my job. Yeah. I loved it. Yeah. It was still something I was doing towards content, writing stories, putting stuff out. It was something I totally loved. So I have no hate with my team back there. It was something definitely for me.
Yes,
just not the books right now.
Sorry to interrupt, but this is what happens. See, the thing is, all of us are in different fields. I mean, at least me and Ved are completely different. There's somewhat similarity here with content and filmmaking. If you ask me if my job is good enough, I would say yes. It's pretty good and it gives me a lot of experience, good pay and all of that. But is it my long-term goal? I would say no. Because I think for filmmaking and our cinematographer Anurag would know this, that you really have to work your ass off. I mean literally have to work your ass off. You cannot expect that you get a film school degree and you become a good filmmaker. Or you work in a really good company and you become a good filmmaker. It doesn't happen. You should have that natural instincts in you and you should genuinely, as I said, work your ass off to do it. So the reason why I am doing it is because I think I need to learn a lot. Firstly, of course, money is there. It's in every aspect. But at the same time, I feel that somewhere down the line, even I lost personally interest. Not interest, I would say somewhat lost dedication in this, the way we were making content.
Dispassionate.
Yeah, I feel it got very monotonous with the way we were shooting and all of that, and we hope to break that this season.
It was moreover like my time spending, that 1 hour of time that I spend with you guys shooting content is the best part of the week for me.
Yeah.
But again, I need to like remember what I'm trying to like give, like have people take away with content. So coming back to the second reason why I had to take such a long break from content was because as much as I enjoyed shooting it, I kind of had a direction for where Sickma, Gapsters and your character as a whole had to go. And I was kind of seeing like, if I don't put a message out to people, if people of our age who can't relate to us, if we can't sit and support, motivate them for something bad to come in the days, I don't feel we're trying to do justice to. Like people, influencers, podcasts in Bangalore sitting and talking about cocks and roosters right now. I'm not going to take names, but we're coming for you. We'll have a follow-up video for you in a couple of months.
No, but here's the thing. Here's a common thing between, if you noticed, okay. He probably, of course, you're in a law background and that's what you want to achieve eventually. You enjoy the whole thing of, let's say, a jail visit. That's your enjoyment, right? Yeah. I remember when I was shooting my short film, we would have shot at least for an entire day, 24 hours, like literally 24 hours, from morning 8 till evening 9. And usually when you shoot a film, you don't have a time restriction because it's not a job, it's more of like an art, right? But because we had to rent the camera and all that, we had those compulsions, we did it. And I even remember, like, without eating breakfast or skipping my lunch, or I don't remember what time we had a dinner or whatever. But I don't remember even a second where I actually felt genuinely tired. That's because I enjoyed the process, Even if it's, some scene we're getting stuck, so I go back to another guy, ask him, like, what's the solution? Or go back to my actors and ask him. That's because there's enjoyment there. Yeah. Like, even if I'm like injured or whatever, I'm enjoying it, I don't feel anything. I think that's the reason why I have come here, honestly.
And how much of it was a struggle trying to balance workout and like making it your
It's a struggle because in a city like Bangalore or Mumbai, any of the metro cities, the biggest problem is not your job, it's the travel. It's literally the travel which comes with it. 2 hours and 4 hours of travel, it just like, I'm young and all of that, it's fine. But then after a point, your body gives up. That's the I don't
and you guys want to know
it.
So much about us being consistent. Do you want to know where each of us come from to make this work?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea what we have to go through to make this work?
You fucking stay home.
Okay. Let me ask my viewers, okay? Which part of Bangalore is OG Bangalore? I live in Martali. He lives in Nagarbavi, and my other friend here lives in Mysore Road. Okay, these two places do not even exist in Bangalore. They're not even part of Bangalore.
One second.
We are closer to Indiranagar and Koramangala, which makes us pretty much more of OG Bangalore than you.
It's the same distance which we have, and we have metro, which apparently you don't.
We have metro too.
Where?
Kyarpuram right here.
That means Agni Rupe and Yanabad.
So you can't use that against us anymore.
No, if that's the case, then my area has 4 metros.
Well, we have more pubs, bars, clubs, considering Indiranagar right around the
that's what
corner.
we have.
Vedanth, you came to my area, remember? You saw 4 pubs in a row. There was 1 pub in the corner, and by the end of the street, there was a 5th one.
And more importantly, you never get stuck going from one pub to another. There are U-turns you can take.
There is no road that you can't take to get to a pub. You go on a straight.
There are roads. It's like people don't give a shit about it in this area. Ved got me killed on a one-way.
No, what happened was this
I'm
guy.
putting his number plate somewhere up here right now for the cops to see.
I punch your throat. So what happened was, I was supposed to take it from the metro to my house. Now, any normal, sane, law-abiding person would decide that they want to take a U-turn and go. Now, I hate law-abiding people because I know law.
This is not going to do well for your law career, by the way.
Every lawyer has a criminal rap sheet. That's the only thing that differentiates lawyers from actual normal people is that we don't have a case running against us. Because it's been dismissed the minute it got there.
How many people have the balls to come say it on my podcast?
See, lawyers don't commit crimes. We merely
escape.
We don't
escape.
We don't even commit a crime. The act that we do is never a crime, technically.
There's always a way to cover it up, like in my terms, lawyer it up.
Yeah. So, besides the point, I take the road, right? What happens is, it's the wrong way out. But there's no traffic on that way. Hence, the road is free. So I just take it and run with it. This guy gets scared. He's like, bro, there's a cop there. I'm like, my child, do you remember about the court case? He's like, what court case? I'm like, okay, this is like legal information for most people. I am not your lawyer, neither is this legal advice. first lesson in law school. Secondly, this is something I've heard, and this is something that's actually happened. There was a case in the High Court. They said that police officers cannot now randomly stop you on the road, take your license.
But do you think they
That does
actually
not
follow
mean you
it?
go on one way trying to risk my life, jeopardizing my life into danger.
You made us late to the event.
Okay, fair enough. I did show up 1 hour late, to be fair enough.
Yeah, and he made me miss the entire thing, and it happened a couple of days later. But my parents won't stop talking about it. Babe, you should have been there. It's your cousin.
You saw where Vedanth ended up, right? Yesterday night?
Where?
Show what happened.
I mean, I can't just show that I have to remove my hoodie, which I can't do right now.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
the first episode.
It took us 2 hours just
Yeah.
to put that hoodie back on him.
Yeah,
But
and I don't want to be so shameless in the first episode.
just follow me on my Instagram and share the pictures.
in हिंदी में कहते हैं ना content के लिए नंगा हो रहा है.
Yeah, but I'm not Urfi Javed. Neither am I Poonam Pandey.
Fair.
Yeah,
Fair.
so that's it.
Okay, how far would you guys go for content?
Bombay, I've won the father of Bombay.
In terms of pulling a stunt.
Pulling a stunt,
Not
literally.
Yeah, I mean, I can take my shirt off as of now. That's the max I can do right now.
Snuff film.
And the only reason you wouldn't is because they're high.
Yeah. What about you? Yeah, one by one.
I said mine. It's just lost in translation, and that's the best.
He's still going to lawyer all this up.
No, like if they caught it, they caught it. They might put a caption up there or something.
I don't know. I think I've crossed all barriers.
No, you haven't.
Vedanth, I haven't.
You did it off camera, but not on camera.
Forget off camera. You have never tried pulling a stunt with someone on the road for content. You have never gone up to a
On
cop.
the road, but
You've never
in the
gone up to
studio.
a cop. You've never gone up to a cop, shamelessly assaulted the dude and just come back.
Nobody does that for content.
No, I tell you, the maximum stunt that he's ever pulled in this, at least what I've seen.
Teaching
is-
my principal on my podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
I was there.
That's what I was getting at.
But-
Everyone knows Gordy at this point.
Promise me to pay you $20 later. I will show him right now, right here.
$20.
$20.
$20.
We're giving it now. We're actually doing this.
It has to happen. It has to happen.
That's sorting my classic minds for this.
So wait, the bet is for getting him on the podcast, is it?
It's just gonna show me a picture of that.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna give you 20.
This is official.
He's giving it a change.
See, it's on camera, guys.
It's on camera. I've given you
Coins
$20.
that don't even work anymore.
They do. They're legal tender.
We found a way to sit and do that again, but we have a deal.
I'm not giving you the $20 coin. That's
I would have done it for 10 anyways.
Okay, but moving on, guys. I think this is the right time to discuss it. So you have been telling me that you have had some ideas for your new season as such. I can give you all the technical support, but in terms of what do you want to speak about on the podcast, is there any specific thing? Or are we going back to the same old template of speaking random shit, which we anyways will, I know that.
But we're gonna have
yeah.
direction now.
Direction.
We're gonna speak random shit in a direction.
Yeah. It's
No,
like you
we're
can go
not
the same
speaking
road
random
and then jiggle.
We're not speaking random shit. I promise you we're not speaking random shit. This is something we're all gonna love. We have Vedanth on my side. We have Ved, our very loyal on my side as well. So I feel we make a great team. So here's the pitch. Here's where I'm gonna ask you guys whether you guys are in. We are gonna be going against the entire education system of the country.
Okay.
Insurrection. I'm happy. Let's go.
I mean, it anyways happens on the roads. We might as well do on the podcast.
I mean, no. Let me tell you where I'm coming from again. Like we live in a democracy again. This
Yeah,
is,
but why? My question is why.
I'll tell you why.
Also
I'll tell you why. Let's just start from the roots.
Yeah.
Okay. We live in a democracy. Okay. So if you guys are gonna
Shut the
sit,
fuck up about that. Get to the point.
and this is
Yeah, please get to the
as
point.
much as of law I have learned from Ved. So I'm gonna try using it best. You let me know later if you're proud of me or not. But I think we live in a democracy. We do live in a democracy.
Huh.
And go ahead.
But bottom line, what I was trying to get at is that there are a lot of internal politics that go within a student's life from the very beginning. And none of these issues are really seen or taken care by much people. Again, it's one more thing if you're doing your schooling or your college abroad and stuff. But again, a lot of matters where these teachers want to make it play like nobody gives a fuck. It again is some serious issues.
Yeah.
On a daily basis, we see so many stuff happening, like on your social media, where people are, I'm just going to come out and say it as it is. Like, I have nothing to hide right now. There are students committing suicide for certain issues, which clearly isn't their fault. There are issues where people are getting sexually harassed. There are like rape threats happening. There are issues happening constantly on a daily basis. Okay, how many people want to come out and say this live on screen right now? So if this is actually happening, there are moments where I know people do it for clout. I've heard that side of the story as well. I want to be totally unbiased, unfiltered with what I want to put out here right now.
Yeah.
And it's all going to come down to one thing. If the students really think it's happened to them, if you need a voice, we are your voice. You clearly think an issue is happening, what do you have to hide? You come and say it. You want justice, is that what you're seeking for? You come here and speak to us about it. We share your voice.
I think the only problem will be that, of course, you have all the university regulations and all. There's
some university regulations.
So I mean, like, but the people who have like really worked hard and they obviously feel a little hesitant. But I think despite that, they have every right to even stay anonymous and speak out.
And what happens is when people think that they're going to be afraid of speaking out against an institution, it is simply because you're afraid of the repercussions you may face within the institution where you're from. For me, I don't care about the repercussions because, frankly speaking, my university, the uni I go to, they don't care what we do outside of college as long as we're not dragging the college's name into it.
And that is great set of stuff. Vidit, on the other hand, this day college got over, the day he got his mark sheet, he was there telling me, dude, you tell whatever you want. I have your back right now. I proved everything I've had to. I've passed all my subjects. You tell what you want. I will have your back, it seems. So
I also have your
considering you still have the word on that.
Yeah, I have the word on that. And I think also, just to clarify to our viewers, it's not that, so of course, suicides and harassments, they're the extreme side of the issues.
So you have ragging.
Yeah, we have
that's
ragging.
more common.
And we have more subjective issues like if I want to become a content creator, which is a legit field, well paid more than most of the jobs, what do I have? Do Indian colleges and school have enough? Do they have any syllabus for me to teach it?
So
that's also an issue.
I'll give a short answer. I'll give a short answer for this. No. Long answer. No. Simple. But if you want to, there's always way of looking at your subjects and then trying to figure out if they help you.
No, my point is that viewers can pose these questions as well. That's the
Yeah, if you ever ask the content creation questions, just put this clip out.
Our Twitter is open to you guys, our Instagram is open, our comment section is most clearly open. Whatever you think that you have to put your voice forward. Again, it comes down to one thing. There are certain aspects of my school and college life that have truly made my days. Again, when it comes down to bullying, I'm not 100. There have been moments which I am definitely ashamed of. Growing up, I could have reacted to certain situations differently. There are certain situations where I have been the guy getting bullied as well. Okay, but I took it like a man. So there's certain moments which you go down the line and you talk about.
Yeah.
So if you guys are thinking that you're going to come up here with stupid reasons, telling us that, I'm going through depression because my friends won't sit and share their lunchbox with me, I swear to God, I am blocking your ass. I don't care about losing one subscriber right there.
No,
I'm saying it straight up right now.
Here's the thing, right? What he said, agree. If your friends don't sit with you and eat with you, throw your lunchbox at their head. That should help. So make sure it's bad lunch, like bangan if you're allergic to bangan. And if your friends are allergic to bangan, even better. Just chuck it at them, it's poison damage.
But we don't want these silly reasons, just because he's telling it. We don't want these silly
I
reasons
really don't mind.
to be the subject. We want to be a little random, but not so much that people start blocking us and reporting us on YouTube.
These reasons could actually help. You know why?
Yeah.
When you have people telling they don't sit with me, you ask why. You do yes and, you use the rule of improv. You say yes and, you say okay, why? When you go okay, why? You go to the crux of the issue, which is one of 4 reasons.
Namak nahi dala tha zyada.
Yes. One.
I had wanted to hear who's coming for this.
Number 1, the mom's cooking.
Yeah, non-veg
I do it not.
That's the only one reason I
non-veg.
So, number 1, the cooking is bad. In that case, just tell your mom to cook better.
Or just you
do that.
You just go to her like, could you add salt, and they just get slapped across the face.
And then sending a valuable lesson to people here that are standing up for something. Like number kam nahi dala, it seems.
No, but otherwise also one more just to add on to what you raised about students. I think most of them there's a pattern. I don't know if it's restricted to metro cities or internationally or in India. I don't know. There's no statistics or anything. But I think what is happening is that a lot of people are actually considering the plan of quitting college or not even starting it at all. And when I say college, I literally mean like no college, like no bachelor's, master's and all of that bullshit.
I speak for myself, I'm one of those students.
Yeah, I mean, I am not, my thinking is probably different. I don't feel it as a compulsion, but my thing is just different. I just want to learn, so that's why maybe.
I think of it as a backup option. I wanted to do content.
No, but what do you think? Is it, I mean, not just your personal opinion, but even otherwise, you think this trend of, actually not considering college and just having practical, let's say a business sense or content creation or whatever, whichever field it might be.
But like you need at least a vocational education.
Of course, yeah.
See, if you're not doing college and you're doing vocational education, I respect you. Because
Or let me just reframe. If not college, I mean the entire framework of college. Like
so like
college
no more
works.
education after 10th
Yeah.
kind of thing. Or like
How the framework works after
okay, so if you're not going
like you go to classes and come back, that's what I mean.
if you're not going after 12th, if you're like fuck 12th, I'm not going to do 10th and 12th, I'm just going to go focus on content, I'm going to do all of that, it's nigh impossible to get to a level of most content creators. Honestly,
I mean, again, when we are stuff to being a content creator here.
Yeah.
Like, I want to let people know here that, fine, I am doing content right now. This is not being monetized, what we're speaking right now. It's not paying us right now, at the moment.
It gets later.
But again, the kind of lesson I'm trying to give over here is, whether it's working a job side by side, I do a lot of freelance work, I host events outside of what's happening here. You win competitions, you get paid. That is probably a source of investing or pitching in towards your ideas of content, right? So it all comes down to one thing. I don't want to be the guy saying that, okay, like education as a whole is a sham. At least from what I've come. I've learned some good lessons growing up with.
Just to give you a simple example, if you want to be a doctor, please don't fuck college and just go to the operation theatre.
Yeah, no.
But
if you want to be a lawyer, please go to law school. Please write your bar exam. You do not want to go into jail for impersonating a lawyer. You will be fucked. I've seen people who have gone to jail for impersonating a lawyer. Their life is not pretty.
See, these are the moments I'm talking about where I don't say education is completely a sham.
Yeah.
Again, if I had to say what part of education helped me so far to achieve whatever I want to, I feel 8th standard. Until 8th standard, I learned how to speak. I learned how to probably get a bit of table manners, how to like approach myself to people. After that, trigonometry, biology, it really went all over my head.
Biology lagega bhai.
I lost it at math. I generally lost it at math.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of people.
But it depends on professions. Again, you want to become a doctor, like Vedanth said, don't mess up your career. I would not want a surgeon treating me with having no 12th standard mark sheet with them. I'll be like, listen, no, that's not what we're doing.
Fuck it, bro. If they're like a TikTok doctor, like, oh, I've seen TikToks about surgeries and stuff, I'll be like, give me the scalpel, I'll surgerize myself. I don't give a shit about you.
Or if you don't want to consider any of these options, I'm not endorsing it, but you can take the Urfi Jawad Poonam Pandey way of getting publicity. Just joking, don't do that.
See, it depends on what you want.
From 1 to 10, how much of trouble would I be in trying to fake my death?
Depends, yeah. See, first thing,
is it a civil death? Is it?
I need legal advice on this. How much trouble I could get into.
First of all, to get to a level where your death actually matters, okay, you need to have some sort of fame. So you have to be. Poonam Pandey has reached that kind of stage, and that's why people were concerned.
I mean, I don't
make it sound
a
wrong.
Boy, 22 years old, faked his own death just to get clout on Instagram. I don't mind doing that.
Vedanth, the police report.
Would that be the biggest stunt I pull if I do it? No?
No, not really.
If you insurrected, that would be like.
See, whatever has been done before, no, it's no more.
The thing.
Yeah.
If you overturn the government, that would be a mistake.
I'm coming for I don't mean that.
Listen. Zoom into my fucking face. Zoom the fuck in. This motherfucker is not going to insurrect the government. Any comment made about that was a fucking joke. No, we're clear.
I was going to say the government of Pakistan.
Pakistan?
Yeah. I was going to say
Okay.
government of Pakistan.
Listen. CBI? Hire him. No, not CBI. Fucking move around. Who's that guy?
And he's my lawyer.
You'll get a medal for doing this shit. I'm not even lying.
Before we get completely cancelled on the first episode, I want to ask you like a couple of more questions. Okay. So in the past 8 months, I've been observing like a lot of content, and one of the biggest, I would say, the most surprise I've got is the fact that people actually are shooting long form content. And when I say long form, it's coming up to almost a minimum of an hour,
Yeah.
going up to 2 hours. Joe Rogan did that, of course, but it's happening in India with Nikhil Kamath and these kind of people, Tanmay Bhatt and all of that. It's a little surprising because this generation, the attention span is very less. Apparently, it's only 30 seconds or something
No,
like that.
that report was very flawed because they showed them videos that were attention grabbing 30 seconds.
Yeah, but the point is, even
The
without
point-
the report, the attention span is actually pretty less. I mean, that's what I know.
Because you want to digest information in the most smallest amount of time possible, or you need to make the information engaging enough to be an hour long. They have a dedicated base that is going to watch it for an hour. No one new is watching his podcast. They slowly get into it. He has his own shots, right? That's how he gets clout.
Like, I don't genuinely watch an hour of an interview.
Unless it's someone fun, unless it's someone interesting.
And that's what my question was to both of you, that what makes you really hold your attention and stay to the last of it, even if it's 1 hour? Like, I can tell for personally myself, like the What the Fuck podcast with Nikhil Kamath, it literally goes up to from minimum of 1 hour to 1.5, 2 hours. But it really grabs your attention, even though it's just a bunch of people talking and eating and whatever, going around driving in a car. Because I feel the content is really useful and it's coming from the people who are like at the top of their game.
I
So,
mean, there are
for you,
certain algorithms these people definitely use, which again in the coming days will be used by us as well. The young and budding podcasters who are watching this right now, that's for you to figure out. But coming to the foundations again, like the max I can tell you that's already out there is, have you tried looking at the views that these people kind of get on their own shots? Or the other publicists who put, or the other people who put it through their channel.
They promote, yeah.
So if I was to watch a podcast, any person I know is through probably my Instagram or YouTube shorts first.
Yeah.
That's where I get to know of them at first. Then I
But
would
does
sit and
that-
look at the longer form.
But is that a good enough reason for you to watch the entire podcast? Is what
See, that's the thing about it. Out of 10 people, generally over like an overview of a year, 2 people impress me enough to sit and watch the whole podcast.
Now the thing is, when you have out of, say there are like we'll say 100 people, we'll take 100 people sample. 100 people are watching that one shot. Out of those 100 people, 6 people just skip past it after being done with it. 40 will be interested. Out of those 40, 20 will actually go watch the entire video.
Yeah.
And the other 20 will probably watch it around to what they feel interesting and drop off.
15-20 minutes?
Yeah.
Max.
Now, those 20 people who are watching, they are 20 dedicated fans you have. So out of a pool of 100,
They're
you're getting-
subscribers, they're actual subscribers.
So out of 100, you're getting 20. That's a 20% subscriber ratio coming from your shots, which isn't bad if you're pumping out like 6-7 shots a day. 6-7 shots. That's like 6-7 shots and 20 subscribers each shot. How much is that?
And honestly, like, people keep asking. I mean, I'm not experienced enough yet, but they keep asking like, what do you need to make good content? And there are a lot of reasons, technical and content-wise and ideas. But I can tell you that, with whatever little experience I have, that right now at least, I don't know about the future or the past, but right now, I can't name or pinpoint any one particular reason why a particular podcast or a YouTube channel is famous or getting those kind of views.
Because they're different.
No, but then that's the case. Everybody is different. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Joe Rogan
Everybody,
has his own charm.
yeah. So under finance,
has his own charm.
under finance there will be at least 10 podcasts. Under film there will be at least 20, and then under politics there would be another 20.
But that's
so
the thing.
at
Every
the point,
new people coming in.
yeah. So at the point, you don't have any good differentiator. At least that is what I have figured out. I might be wrong.
The good differentiator, what you talk about, it is what makes the voice of the podcast unique. What are the people that make the podcast up is what makes the podcast interesting.
It's like saying that there are 10 films that release in a year. Why does one film connect with the?
Yeah, it's like has anyone seen Salar here? Salar?
Yeah.
Okay, why is Salar somewhat good and why is Animal absolutely trash? Story-wise.
Now that we speak of this, it kind of gives me an idea on a time
Even
when we
if
break
you're-
consistency with the podcast, we should really vlog our life. Because it just hit my head. You guys been watching the George Agbo show as well?
Yeah.
Like with the kind of content he's been making.
Yeah.
It's moreover like he left Impulsive.
Yeah.
He disappeared for quite a time, sometime in between. Then all of a sudden his comeback was pretty massive. But the in between of time, there was so much drama going on. Like, that was all being televised while all this was going on.
And I think it's also, I mean, I don't know, I can't get into what is right or wrong, but I think it's a very calculative framework of how do they really invest their money and how do they get out of it. If you look at all these people
Obviously.
like Joe Rogan, not Joe Rogan in specific, I would say, let's say, someone like an Andrew Tate or someone like, let's say even Indian podcasters, Nikhil Kamath or Tanmay Bhatt, they strategically like have their podcast into one particular subject because they know that's in trend. For example, Tanmay Bhatt is doing in the aspect of AI, right? Because he knows that's in the trend. You never know when it's going to stop and just come out of it. AIB was in trend. That's why he probably did it. Yeah, you know AIB,
Right.
All India.
All
Yeah. So that was in trend. So I think what, as content creators, what we need to specifically focus on, not ourselves or even in specific, but just to have this awareness that you really need to understand what your viewers expect from you.
But that's the
It
thing.
can be-
If you go with the trend, that doesn't differentiate you from the 10 other podcasts.
That's the only thing I don't
But
have an
then
answer
you
to.
also have to kind of balance it out with your trends.
Exactly.
So it's like making a biryani without overloading on the elaichi.
It's more like what you choose to do as a trend, and also how we as podcasters put ourselves out there to convey a tone.
We're people.
Yeah.
The thing that makes podcasters different than people is that they have a mic. That's the only difference. A podcaster is no different than a person is. You put a
I
mic
would
in front of
beg to
anyone. You put this mic in
I would
front of
beg to differ, especially for you.
Right.
Considering as a character.
That is because I have a mental disorder. That's a different matter.
Yeah.
No, and that was a joke. I do not joke about mental disorders, but I kind of found that funny.
Wow, when you're going to say the education.
And there's like, it's no guarantee that a trending topic would give you views. Like, we can go and discuss about Poonam Pandey's stunts and whatever because it's in trend, but there's no guarantee that is
We
going
get
to
picked up. Yeah, we are at the mercy of the algorithm.
Yeah, so that's it. And
What makes it successful? Fuck knows. Figure it out. If you find out, tell us. We'll be
Let
interested.
us know any podcasters who are watching this and like don't appreciate our content. Let us know what we could do to like satisfy your ego in the comments below.
Not ego, your needs.
Your needs.
Very, you choose your words.
And also, like, okay, one last question before we finally wrap up, okay? Like, to both of you, are you going with the same name as Sickma, or do you have a particular name in your mind which you've thought of?
We can try and remove the board.
Nah, this story dates back to the day I was born. I said Sickma the second I came out of my mom's womb. And I'm gonna die with that name. Only difference is I'm gonna take that name somewhere.
I'm friends with a motherfucking Pokemon.
That's literally how it looks. But coming back to you guys, how like do you guys like really plan to like keep Gapsters and Uncle Don?
See, Gaps is one thing which
Uncle Don is one character.
Uncle Don,
Yeah,
sorry, Ved Prasad Uncle Don.
Okay, so another thing, right? I started out Uncle Don because it was funny. I wanted to play an uncle character. I've always been called an uncle. They'll say like, bro, you're like an old soul. A lot of people said it's depression. A lot of people said it's just me being mature. I don't really care about any. I said, why not channelize this sort of uncleness?
I mean, it fits the
mature
idea.
behavior.
I know he needs to continue Uncle Don. He can't give up on that name because he's planned all his 200 episodes in advance.
Yeah.
So that book just can't go to waste.
No, I don't see any reason changing Gapsters, of course, because the whole idea was that I didn't want to stick to a particular topic. Because I'm pretty much interested in most of the things that happen. Unless and until it's very boring or something I don't understand at all. You know, I don't mind talking about money, I don't mind talking about films, of course not. I don't mind talking about sports. So I think bunch of people talking about different things,
Which makes sense.
which what Gabby means is, I think we should go ahead with that.
For sure.
Plus Uncle Don, I don't want to name it Uncle Don because like it's reductive. There are a lot of other things I want to do. There are 5 other characters I've planned out. I just need the costume for it.
And budget.
Little bit budget. I'm not gonna subscribe. I'm not gonna like make up and shit. As much as I fucking want to. I want to go full theater kid on this bitch, but I can't. I'm gonna try minimally as possible. So probably I'm gonna just stick with Vedanth because that encapsulates everything.
So I think 2024 is something we're looking forward to. Not putting my fingers on it because I don't want to disappoint the viewers again. But yeah, Vedanth, up to you.
Yeah, I mean, getting back to what we've spoken of, we clearly have an aim, we clearly have a vision, and at this point, students' lives is at stake. We've kind of taken that responsibility into our own hand, and I don't see myself shying away from it. And clearly, I've got 2 of the best teammates to work with on this. We've got Rishik and Anurag as well, right behind the camera.
Hell yeah.
Have taken it upon themselves to come help me out here as well. But nevertheless, coming back to what we had to like BC a true issue happening out here in the world, and we really want to make our bit of difference.
Yes.
We know it's happening, we know it's right there.
And it can be from the smallest of it to the extreme ones.
It can be from the smallest to the most extreme ones.
Smallest, you think that your teachers are unfairly grading you, your teachers are unfairly using college policies in order
I'm
to
still not going to help the students who sit and get 92 and they're like, my teachers are not giving me 2 well personally.
And
minimum
for the
percentage,
sake of it, yeah.
minimum percentage of where you can ask us that they're probably doing it is fail grade.
Yeah, if you guys score anything between 0% to 70%, you can come asking us for help.
71 is where we start getting a little sketch.
Vidit clearly scored more marks than that, and he's got the
And
same
don't
problems I
just do it
have.
for the sake of it, like, just because you don't like a particular teacher, oh, yeah, I have a grudge, so I'll go cancel them, or that's not fair.
See, that's
do
not
that.
fair. If you're an asshole, you're an asshole, and your teacher recognizes it. But if you have a genuine issue, like if you think like a professor is actually trying to bully you with the system, we're there for you. Because that's wrong.
50% of the times we've gone through problems, I was an asshole. Okay,
Yeah.
but I was an asshole
Pretty
because you were an asshole to me the other 50% of the times. You started it. I never started this. Vidit as my witness. And he's going to say yes because he's my best friend.
I don't
You
know.
better say it.
I don't know what you're talking about. Which place? I've never studied in any college, as I told. But yeah, anyways.
But nevertheless, this was your boy Sickma, and it's
Before
going to
we-
be a long year ahead.
Before we leave, Vedanth, Sickma. What the fuck is this?
Oh. Oh wow, yeah. So the thing was, I knew it was going to be a long talk with our viewers here today, and
So we decided to age throughout it.
no, not age throughout. It was more like an emotional
The day I started, the
thing
day
that I
I
wanted to connect.
decided to really, brighten up the entire room more than usual, you decided to look even more ugly. That's what you.
The beard looks nice. Okay, I got compliments from a lot of girls for this.
They think you look rugged. Is that what they said, Vedanth? You know what rugged stands for? Because as a person, I'm going to say this out loud, as a person who's actually talked to women, right, I can tell this to you straight up. When they say you look rugged, that means they would probably have sex with you if they have 4 drinks in.
Okay, here's what's happening.
somewhere. 1 second.
No, I'll tell you where it's going. I watched Animals. Where is like pretty accurate with how the story is taken. I watched Animals. This is where it comes from. There was
You
no.
can't grow a proper fucking beard.
I've grown a less patchy beard than when he started off. You were there?
I had a majestic beard when
No, 1 second. You're saying you watched the movie Animal and
Yeah. When they forced me to watch it.
Fuck that.
But nevertheless, this was.
Fuck that.
We still like the movie though.
The movie is fine, the direction is fine, the
Let's
story is
go.
absolute garbage.
Okay. You know what?
Let's go and
Let's.
Ranveer, you were very good as an
We're
actor.
trying to
but
target
fuck
an
that.
issue here, okay? I grew a beard because I didn't get time to shave it because I was making my comeback for the content.
For
Let's end it
8
there.
fucking months, and that's all he could grow. 8 fucking months.
Sickma. I don't even know who this guy is. Call me with any legal advice. This is your boy Vedanth over here. Ved over here. And it's been a true honor. We'll be seeing you in the coming days, and you have no idea what's in the basket for all of
And
you.
what we are
Stay
also
tuned.
planning is for different guests to come in on this podcast.
Yeah.
We can't reveal their names as of right now because even we don't know ourselves. But
We haven't done
they will be like very
for
interesting
2
people who from the industry at least be coming on Gapsules as well and talk about different things and get their industry knowledge to the viewers. That's the best we can do right now. So stay
Yeah.
tuned.
So with this overview session, if you do not want to miss out on anything, please go ahead and subscribe, hit that bell icon, and while you're at it, like, share as well. Thank you. It's been a boy Sickma. Let's see you guys soon.
This glass is as empty as my attention span. Fuck yeah.
Very good.